Hey, how's it going, guys? Captain Kuba here, and today I bring you a video that I'm not too happy to be, making right now because I am slightly depressed. This is related to a game that I played a few days ago, and it's not because the game is sad or anything like that. It's because of the situation surrounding that game. The game I'm talking about is The Order 1886. For those of you who don't know, The Order 1886 was a game that Sony showcased in one of their PlayStation State of Plays or PlayStation Experience back when they used to have those in 2014, and I remember being really excited about this game, mostly because it was made by Ready at Dawn and the director who made God of War Ghost of Sparta. It was this game that took place in an alternate universe, alternate universe, a 19th century England, and it had these knights that had guns, and there was this black water that would make them live forever. Like, the premise of that game just sounded amazing, and I was really excited for it. But when the release date came, I never bothered with the game, because the reviewer said that it wasn't worth it. It was too short, the gameplay was bad, and I haven't played the game until a few days ago. As you guys know, I'm here in the States celebrating the holidays, but I was kind of bored. I was just by myself here at night, and hey, you know what, let me play The Order 1886. So I did, and that's when I got depressed, because I don't think this game is never going to get a sequel. And this is somewhat understandable. I, for the most part, agree with the reviewers. The gameplay is pretty shallow. All you do is just get behind cover and shoot. I could play a mission side by side of The Order 1886 and, let's say, Uncharted 4. And you can do a lot more things in 5 minutes in Uncharted 4 as opposed to 20 minutes in The Order 1886. So the gameplay is pretty shallow, and it's very disappointing how many quick time events it has. And this comes from a guy who likes God of War, who's like the king of the quick time events. But I've always said that game earns those quick time events because it has a lot of mechanics and fun gameplay before you actually do the quick time events. That's not the case with The Order 1886. So definitely the gameplay could have been better. Now, on the side of the story, I think the characters are really, really interesting. The story has some pacing issues, and even the ending is a little bit confusing with the leader of the Order, like his character. The reveal, I'm not going to spoil it here, it doesn't really make much sense, but the characters are really interesting. The reason I'm really sad that this game is not going to get a sequel is because, yes, the gameplay, it really is not the best. It could have been really a lot better. The story could have been much better paced as well. But the world itself, this is one of the most interesting worlds I have ever seen in a video game. As an example, look what an EMP tactical attack looks like in the world of 1886.
Sentinel-5, requesting an immediate sonar payload drop.
Confirming Gorton payload deployment. Requesting visual beacon for target location.
Damn it. Who has a transmitter?
Here, monsieur. Use my communicator.
Well, the lad's useful after all.
Locking on beacon. Releasing anchor. Gorton deployment in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Incoming! All devices off!
1.
When this game came out, people complained that the game had too many cutscenes as opposed to gameplay, and that's a valid criticism. But when you have cutscenes like these, I can't help but fall in love with the world of The Order 1886. It's just the art style, the equipment these knights have I just find it so fascinating that I just want to keep watching more. Like, the art style is so good that I spent over $400 in the art book for the game. I know Kanori will find out once she sees this video, but I am not very proud of that purchase. I want to see more of the art because it's simply breathtaking. Now, another reason I like this idea of an alternate history London is because of God of War. Just listen to what Dana Jan, the director of The Order 1886, said about the game.
Sure, yeah. I think one of the things that got us really excited when we first started working on the game was coming off of some of the previous things we'd work on, like the God of War games, for example. it kind of made us very conscious of this idea of taking something that people know, in that case with Greek mythology, and putting our own spin on it, and having the reasons why, events in mythology took place actually be centrally kind of caused by a character that you get to play in a video game, was really, really fun. And it allowed us to kind of put a spin on things that people maybe thought they knew, and kind of see things in a different light. But we were looking for something that was kind of niche, something for ourselves. And we said, okay, well, what if we set it right around the time when, firearms are starting to take off, and that's sometime, kind of 1800s-ish. But that's not special enough. What if we took something even more, ancient than that, and kind of infused it into the culture of the characters that are going to be living in this 1800s universe? And we just seemed like, okay, that seems like a good fit. The Arthurian stuff is centuries older, but it's not so far off that it becomes so ancient that you couldn't believe that these characters could evolve into who we're saying they're going to be. So that's kind of the genesis of where that came from.
As you guys know, God of War series is pretty much alternate Greek mythology, or in this case, Norse mythology. They take a Greek mythology story and they change it a bit to keep it, fresh. This is what Dana Jan and Ruwi Ashura wanted to do with the Order 1886. They took 19th century London and just made it alternate history. So the history is that these knights have been alive for hundreds and hundreds of years, and the reason they stay alive is because they drink this black water liquid that just prolongs their life, and they're locked in battle with these half-breeds that are humans that can turn into werewolves. So I don't know, I just like that very interesting. Nikola Tesla's in it, and he makes weapons for them. It is such an interesting world, and it just makes me sad because the game was not well received, and I don't think it's going to get a sequel. Now the reason I'm making this video is because I do want to make a few theories, maybe theories, maybe 2 or 3 videos about the Order, and I'm really gonna try and get an interview with Dana Jan or Ruwi Ashura so we can talk about the lore, because I am really interested. Like, I played the game once and I'm playing it through it again, and like I said, the gameplay is not that fun, but Jesus, man, the world is so interesting, and I just want to see, what they had planned for a sequel, because they did. Like, the video I really want to make is one titled "Who's the Man Percival is Seen Talking to?"
Sebastian, I must ask you, who's the old man you were talking to on Mayfair and Whitechapel?
The old man. It's a long story. One that I will share with you when the time is right.
I have a theory as to who he is, and, that says something, because I've been on YouTube since 2016, and I have never felt the urge to make a theory video about another game that's not God of War, until I played this game. And the reason is because, God of War is kind of in the DNA of the Order 1886. So, I don't know, I'm really sad because I wish this game would get a sequel. All of the problems were mechanical, they could have been fixed. They had the concept. The concept was amazing. There was a cool plot twist at the end. The world is amazing. The characters, Galahad is such a cool protagonist. I'm just ultimately really sad because they really wanted to make a sequel, and I don't think that's ever going to happen. I just want to make this little quick review and tell you guys whether you should get this game or not. And I don't know if you should get this game. I really don't. Because I know gameplay is the most important thing in a game, and if I'm being honest with you guys, the gameplay, it really isn't that good. It could have been a lot better. But the world is really interesting. So the game is $20, 20 Canadian dollars on PSN. I don't know if you want to pay that. If you want to support this game, then definitely get it on PSN. Maybe we can get enough people at Sony to realize that, hey, people are interested in the Order, and maybe they can revive this series again for the PS5. But if you don't want to spend too much money, I'd recommend you get it on eBay, which is you can find copies that sell for $5, I think, maybe $10, $14. If you got nothing to do over the holidays and you want to play a game, just sit back. It's a very cinematic game. I recommend you play this game. Just give it a try. But more than $20, I wouldn't recommend paying for it. I don't know. I really wish this game would get a sequel. And like I said, I'm gonna do a few videos about the lore, and hopefully I'll get Dana Jan or Ruwi Ashura on an interview here on this channel, so we can learn more about where they were going with the story, because I really don't think we're gonna get a sequel. Anyway, I know this is a very depressing video, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on this game that I've been meaning to play for a long time. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Until then, remember, go out of the bunker, and conquer.